Today I'm going to be answering your guys' questions. In our last Q&A video, I had a lot of questions asked and I wasn't able to answer all of them. So in today's video, we're going to be trying to answer as many questions as we can. This first question is, what are your opinions on hay racks? I would say it depends on the guinea pig themselves. Personally, it depends on the hay rack you're using, but sometimes a guinea pig could get their legs stuck in a metal hay rack if they're able to climb up there, and if it's too high, then it'll make it hard for them to get to the hay. So it depends on your guinea pigs, but if you're able to use hay racks safely and they work well for you, then I would say you can use hay racks. But if I had to choose, I would say I recommend using hay bags or hay boxes. Of course, it depends on if your guinea pig can go over the box. But I would say if your guinea pig can't, I would use hay bags as they usually have bigger openings, so it's easier for your guinea pig to get the hay out of it. The next question is, will you do YouTube for your whole life? As long as I have motivation and I feel like I'm able to continue producing good content for you guys, I do think I will be doing YouTube for as long as I have that. The next question is, do you pay for everything for your pets, and what are some things you do to save money? Yes, I do pay for everything for my pets. I buy their pellets, their hay, their vegetables, their toys, their fleece cozy items. I just pay for everything for them. Occasionally, sometimes my mom or my dad will be out at the store and I'll realize that I need something and they'll just pick it up for me, but overall I generally pay for everything. The reason I'm allowed to have all of my pets and constantly get them stuff is because I do pay for it myself. A great way I find to save money is to not buy anything extra and to try and budget. I don't buy many cozy fleece items as they can tend to be super expensive, so what I do to save money is I just make them myself. As well as lately, I've been trying to buy less stuff for them because I do think my pets have enough. So whenever I get money, I like to just set aside a little bit of money each week to build up money over time. And whenever I get to a certain limit, I actually like to put a bunch into my vet fund, which is another way I like to build up my vet fund. So I would say just budget and try to set aside money each week. The next question is, do you ever collaborate with other YouTubers that have similar content? So I have collaborated in the past with other YouTube channels that have similar content. We do not collaborate in person, we collaborate by creating the same video, and we both show our different points of views on each video. And I do that sometimes, but I don't like to do collabs too often, as a lot of the time it can be really stressful for both of us to get our content up at the same time and get it done together. So I don't really do too many collabs now, but I have done them in the past. The next question is, how long have you been doing YouTube? I started YouTube on, I believe, May 1st of 2019 when I was 11. And for 2019, I didn't post much content as I wasn't really into it. But when 2020 hit and we were all stuck at our houses and we just had nothing to do, that's when I really started to get into my YouTube channel and I started actually committing to it. So I started in 2019, but I really started posting regularly in 2020. The next question is, which pet were you most excited to get? I was always excited to get all of my pets, but I remember being especially excited when I went to pick up my first pair of guinea pigs, which was Reese and Buttercup. And Buttercup's partner Reese unfortunately passed away in May of 2020, but I do still have Buttercup, and Buttercup is going to be 3 this year. The next question is, what are your favorite things to make or sew for your guinea pigs? I would say I really like making pee pads and just simple little beds. They're really easy and they don't take much time, and I really love making them because they always turn out so cute and they're just really easy to make. The next question is, do you have any funny stories about your guinea pigs trying to escape or explore? Back in 2020, I will insert the video now. Lola figured out how to escape from their metal enclosure, and I thought it was just a little house that she was escaping from, but then later on I found out that she could actually climb the bars. That is why I switched to a song mix grid enclosure, because she had a problem with climbing the bars and I couldn't get her to stop. So the best option was to switch to something she couldn't climb, which is the song mix grid enclosure. So that is actually why I did switch to the enclosure I'm using right now. The next question is, do you think you're going to own guinea pigs for your whole life? I do plan on owning guinea pigs and rabbits for the rest of my life, and I think hamsters. I'm not 100% sure. As I mentioned in my last Q&A, I really love owning hamsters. It's just really hard how short their lifespans are, but I do think I will be owning hamsters as well. So as right now, I do plan on owning guinea pigs and rabbits and hamsters. The next question is, what age did you get your own pet? So my family has owned rabbits since I was 2 years old, and then I grew up with 2 mini Italian greyhounds. The very first pet that I got, I'm pretty sure, was my rabbit named Dandelion when I was 9 years old. And unfortunately, I was not educated on proper rabbit care, so he did not have proper care. My first rabbit was Dandelion, and then I ended up getting my first hamster, Buddy, and I got Buddy when I was 10 years old. The next question is, how old are you? I am 14. The next question is, did you ever think that you would get this far in subscribers? I never thought that I would actually get as many viewers and subscribers as I have now. That was very surprising to me, and I'm very thankful for all of you, and I honestly did not think that I would ever get this far. The next question is, what's your favorite part about owning guinea pigs? This is really funny, but back when I was 11 and I decided I wanted to get guinea pigs, I still am, but I was also really obsessed with cleaning, and I honestly really wanted to clean up after them. So one thing that prompted me to get guinea pigs was because of the amount of cleaning that they needed. I really wanted something to do, so I wanted to get guinea pigs so that I would clean up after them. That is a very weird reason to want to get an animal, because you know you're going to have to do so much cleaning up after them, but that is just what I thought when I was 11 years old. The next question is it hard to let your rabbits free roam? At first, it was very, very difficult to get everything into setting to rabbit proof everything and make sure they weren't getting into everything. But after maybe 6 months to a year, that's when I kind of got everything down and I knew what things they would get into and what things I had to proof. So as of right now, they haven't gotten into much trouble in a very long time. But I used to struggle with the rabbits chewing cords because I thought they were out of reach, and somehow they would get to them. So I would say it's pretty hard at first, but after you get used to it, it does become pretty easy. The last question is, YouTube your favorite social media platform? Honestly, yes, I love YouTube. I love creating YouTube videos. So I would say that YouTube is my favorite social media platform. The next question is, what was the reason you started owning guinea pigs? So back in 2019, when my 12th birthday was approaching, I realized that my hamster was getting very old and I was kind of expecting that he would pass soon. And I thought that maybe it would be good for me if I had more animals, like I had other animals to comfort me when I lost my hamster, so that I wouldn't be as heartbroken and like totally lose my pet that I was constantly doing things for. And I was like, it'll probably be good for me to have something to keep me busy so that I'm not just dwelling on the fact that I do not have an animal I have to care for anymore. So that was one of the reasons. I was scrolling through Amazon looking at hamster toys, and the guinea pig Habitat Plus enclosure popped up. And when I saw it, that's when I had the idea to get guinea pigs. And because the hamster and guinea pig and rabbit community is all kind of around the same area, everybody kind of sees like information about each animal species. So I knew a lot about guinea pigs already, but I didn't know too much in depth about them. So that's when I started researching guinea pig care, and I watched a lot of Little Adventures, and I was like, okay, guinea pigs definitely look like a type of animal that I would like to own. So then I was trying to convince my mom specifically to say yes. One of the ways I convinced her was I told her I would name my guinea pigs after her favorite candy, which was Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So I chose Reese and Buttercup after the candy, and I was like, I'll name the guinea pigs Reese and Buttercup after your favorite candy. So that was one of the techniques I actually used to try and get my mom to say yes to guinea pigs. And yeah, so that is mostly the reason why I decided to get guinea pigs. And because I had already been owning a hamster, I learned that make sure to do your research before getting a pet. So I did a ton of research and knew everything they needed. So from the start, my guinea pigs had pretty good care. If I could go back and change one thing, I would just change the fact that they didn't have as much hay, and I would have preferred them to have more hay. The next question is, what made you decide to have all these pets? When I was 10, my friends had a gerbil, or 2 gerbils, and I really loved their gerbil, and I really wanted one. And my mom said no, I couldn't have gerbils, but she said that maybe I could get a hamster. So I got a hamster, and that's how I started my hamster journey. As I mentioned before, my hamster buddy was getting really old and he was approaching the time where he's gonna pass. So then that's when I found guinea pigs, and then I got my first set of guinea pigs on September 4th of 2019. I think between the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, my sister had Autumn and Batman, and she was planning to rehome them because she just didn't feel like she could look after them anymore. And then I really loved the rabbits, and I didn't want her to get rid of them. So then I ended up taking the rabbits, and that's basically how I ended up with 3 guinea pigs, 2 rabbits, and a hamster. I never expected it, but I really love all my pets, and I wouldn't change anything. The next question is, did you have guinea pigs when you were younger? I got my first pair of guinea pigs, as I mentioned before, in September 4th of 2019, which was my 12th birthday. The next question is, are any of your friends YouTubers? None of my friends that I know in person do have YouTube channels, but of course I have met a few people on here that do have YouTube channels. The next question is, how many pets do you have in total with your family? So we have 2 cats, a betta fish, a bird, about 30 chickens, 5 goats, 3 guinea hens, 2 ducks. My sister has an eyelash crested gecko named Spike, and then I have 3 guinea pigs, 2 rabbits, and a hamster. I think I got everybody. I really hope I did. We have a lot of chickens, but in total maybe all around like 40 or 50 because we do have so many chickens. But yeah, that is pretty much all of your guys' questions. I really love doing this Q&A. This is really fun, and I hope you guys were able to get to know us a little bit more. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to let us know in the comments down below. I will see you all in our next video.